welcome on to the Crew Philosopher Podcast. I'm your host, the one and only Crew Philosopher here. It is Thursday. Hope you all are having a great day. Those of you that are out there already awake, this podcast should be coming out at midnight. So, So here we are. This is the show where I sit down for like 10 minutes and give you guys my thoughts on a particular topic. And today I'm going to be discussing: are you able to be friends with a man who isn't active in his child life? So, as you all know, I stay in these Twitter streets. Okay, I am a Twitter thug. I have a corner where I sell dope on the Twitter streets. And somebody asked this question, and I said, yeah, I could. And I think my reasoning was, if a man isn't involved, like if I had a friend, right, a friend who was not involved actively in his child's life, what would me removing myself from his presence actually do to improve the situation? You see what I'm saying? He's a quote unquote deadbeat father. Got it. Not the greatest thing in the world to be. Deplorable. Any adjective you want to use, I get it. That said, what would me removing myself from his presence do to encourage him to engage with his child more often? It's not going to happen. The only thing that's going to happen is my friend goes from being a deadbeat father to a deadbeat father with one less great friend in his life, because I am a great friend. I am a friend who is an improvement in the lives of the people who I am friends with. I can count on one hand the friends that I actually have, but for the people that make it on this one hand, I'm a hell of a great friend. So I don't see the benefit of removing myself from being around somebody simply because they are living their life in a way that I personally find to be problematic. And so the people got to roasting me. I think I got about 5 or 6 quote tweets and 10 replies to my tweet. And basically, I wanted to let you guys hear what the response was, generally speaking. And so one response was, a man who doesn't take care of his child isn't a real man. And so by me associating with him, I am letting the world know that I am somehow less of a man for tolerating a man not taking care of a child. I think that is asinine. Like, who I am as a person has nothing to do with who I'm around to a certain degree, right? Now, I do believe you have to watch the company you keep. I generally speaking I understand that point of view. Watch the company you keep. You are who you are around. Birds of a feather flock together. I get it. But I also remember Jesus being around deplorables. He was around the people who he wanted to save. In fact, one of the problems that I have with many people who go to church who are Christians is how often they don't want to be around the people that they are supposed to be allegedly trying to save. And so if I'm constantly worried about my image and how the world is going to view me, and I let that dictate everything I do, I let it dictate where I go, who I'm around, how long I'm around them, then I'm not a free person. I'm not a free, independent thinking man. I'm simply like another cog, a tool being used by somebody else. And so I don't like that argument. Okay? I don't like it. Who cares if other people view me differently because I choose to remain in the life of a friend? I don't like that argument. Some other person said that a man who doesn't take care of his child is by default untrustworthy. And so if he can't be a trustworthy father, he'll never be a trustworthy friend, which means, eventually he'll like stab me in the back or, do something dirty or shady to me, which once again, I think that is asinine. We are all many different things to many different people. The cruel philosopher that you hear in this podcast is not the cruel philosopher at work. I'm a lot more quieter and more malleable at work than I am on this podcast. The crew that you hear here is different than the crew that interacts with his father or his mother. Do you know why? Because the relationship is different. No, I don't just come on my mom and dad crazy like I do when I'm talking to friends. And so it doesn't mean that I'm a different person totally when I'm operating with all of these different people, but we do show more or less sides of ourselves or different sides of ourselves depending on our environment. The couple who presents themselves to their family one way and the couple who then goes to like a swingers night, they're the same people, but they also are showing different parts of themselves based on who they're interacting with and the setting. Same thing applies. People can be great friends and awful in other parts of their lives. In fact, one of the problems, you ever listen to like true crime documentaries and you'll hear, the interview, the ex-girlfriend or the ex-wife or the neighbors, and they'll say, wow, I had no idea this person was capable of this. I always believe them. Because the only thing that you can judge is your relationship with somebody. You can't actually judge the essence of who somebody is. Now, I do think the longer you are around somebody, the more parts of them you understand and you know. And so a wife who's been married to somebody for 20 years, she might have more insight into who he is. That said, if it comes out that the dude was killing women for the last 15 years and she's shocked, I believe her that she's shocked. I believe it. And so this thinking that people can't be different when they are engaging with a different part of their life, to me is insane. Because like I said, I think we're all kind of different people depending on our settings. The core of us might be the same, but yeah, you can, like, for example, people have this issue whenever like domestic violence comes up, or like a rape accusation, or a sexual assault accusation, where they cannot believe that a man is capable of this heinous act because of their relationship with somebody or the image that this man portrayed to the world. But if you're somebody like me, you believe that anyone is capable of anything. And so, no, I'm not shocked if an accusation comes out that says, hey, this person is accused of punching a woman in the face or sexually assaulting a woman or raping a woman. Because I believe that we're all capable or anyone is capable of anything, because I don't know this person when they're not around me. I don't. And so that is also another bad argument, right? And those were the two main arguments that I've heard. Another one was that, I'm perpetuating bad behavior of men in the community, which once again, I don't understand. If I'm living right and I'm around this person, I'm going to be giving them tools and tips on how they should live their life, or at the very least, they are observing how I'm living my life. And so if anything, I'm actually providing a light or, a guidance, a path that they should be following. I just think we're just too quick to like just judge people and kick people out of, our lives, especially because I don't know why this man is not taking care of his child. I don't know. Did he want the child? Right? Let's say he was irresponsible, got some woman pregnant. She wanted to keep it. He didn't want to keep it. She has the baby. Why is he obligated to just be around just because she has it? In fact, I'd make the argument that the baby and her are better off without having a man who will resent her and hate the child every day of their life than staying around. So yeah, those are my thoughts on the issue. We'd love to hear from you guys. So tweet me at Crew Philosopher, you know what it is, or you can hit me up on Instagram, same handle. Slide in them DMs, let me know what you think. I'm not cutting no friends just because they're not involved with their child's life. But I'm in the minority apparently. Apparently I am in the minority, and I am problematic, and I am a piece of shit. So let me know. Thank you guys for rocking with me once again, and I will see you guys tomorrow on Friday. Deuces.